Another cause of carpal tunnel injury is the travel distance required to reach the keys not in the home row. The Datahand reduces travel distance by 90%. Your hands are always in the home row, even when using the mouse. Each key requires about a ½ inch of finger movement from the home position. And because your hand is resting comfortably on the palm rest, there is virtually no strain on the carpal tunnel muscles. On a generic keyboard, the only motion you can do is to press down over and over, contributing to carpal tunnel fatigue. Even so-called ergonomic keyboards still force you to pound the keys. In contrast, the Datahand requires a variety of motions from the fingers. 5 different motions are used: north and south, east and west, and down, rather than repeating the same downward motion. The varied motions are less repetitive, shorter, gentler, and less stressful. If you use a keyboard and have carpal tunnel stress or a carpal tunnel injury, the Datahand can offer you more comfort, less stress, and a lower chance of injury or re-injury. And the Datahand can help you regain the efficiency and speed that you had before your injury. In fact, many users report an increase in their efficiency after learning and using the Datahand for a short time. The Datahand keyboard is the most adjustable keyboard on the market. It is totally ergonomic, which means that it totally adjusts to the needs of the user. The revolutionary design is adjustable on every plane. While other keyboards require excessive finger and hand movement to find most of the keys, the Datahand keyboard places all the keys within a short reach of the fingertips. Unlike other keyboards, the Datahand can be adjusted to the right distance between your hands. The 2 hand modules can be positioned for the comfort of virtually any user. Simply place the 2 modules at the distance that feels most comfortable to you. In addition to distance, each unit can be rotated to any angle. Rotate the pieces until your hands and arms are comfortable. The distance and rotation adjustment alone makes the Datahand more ergonomic than any other commercially available keyboard, but there's more. The Datahand palm pads are designed to support your palm so that the fingers are positioned on the key switches with virtually no effort required to hold the hand in place. There are 2 sizes of palm pads available: small and large. Unlike the Datahand, other ergonomic and generic keyboards only partially support the palm. The Datahand can also be adjusted for the length of your fingers. The key switches can be raised or lowered by adjusting the wheel on the side of each unit. The reach adjustment can be moved toward or away from the palm rest. After adjustment, your fingers should lay comfortably on the keys while your palm sets on the palm rest. Remember, the key switches should be directly under your fingertips when your hand is resting on the palm rest. You may want to experiment a little bit with the Datahand settings to find the most comfortable position for you. Some Datahand users work on the provided Laplander shipped with each Datahand keyboard. The keyboard can also be placed on a desk or conventional keyboard drawer. Another option is to place each module of the Datahand on the arms of a specially designed ergonomic office chair, such as the Data Chair, available as an accessory from Datahand Systems. Some keyboard operators place the 2 hand units as much as 3 feet apart on opposite arms of the chair. This gives them more ergonomic positions and is more comfortable. You can see that the distance and rotation adjustment, the size of the palm rest, and the versatility of mounting the keyboard enable the Datahand to conform to the preferences of each individual user. One of the causes of carpal tunnel injury is the amount of force needed to strike the keys of a generic keyboard. Unlike other keyboards on the market that use membrane switches for each key, the Datahand uses patented magnetic switches, switches that require 80% less force than needed on a regular keyboard. On each Datahand module, there are 5 sets of key switches, 4 finger modules, and 1 thumb module. Each finger module has 5 keys: down, north, south, east, and west. The finger movement required to activate these keys is as little as 1/2 inch from the home position. The key activation movements are gentle and quick. Each key has a different feel and movement direction. The thumb module also has 5 keys on each hand. These keys are used for return, shift, backspace, control and alt keys, and for the numbers mode. The template just above the fingers displays the keyboard layout for your visual reference. One of the major causes of carpal tunnel injury is poor hand position. Other ergonomic keyboards change the physical layout in order to address hand position, but that only begins to ease the effects of keyboarding injuries. In fact, most ergonomic keyboards incorporate only small, cosmetic changes. The Datahand keyboard incorporates and exceeds all the advances of the competitors' keyboards. You can adjust the angle of the Datahand to accommodate your body type and comfort zone. The 2 sizes of palm rests included with the Datahand ensure that your wrist and forearm are supported in the neutral position. You can use the Datahand keyboard on your lap by using the Laplander, on a keyboard tray or desktop, or by mounting the Datahand on the arms of a chair. On the traditional ergonomic keyboard, hand position is improved, but the hands must still be held over the keys, and there is still a reach required to strike the keys that are not in the home row. The Datahand eliminates poor hand position because it is completely adjustable, and it brings all keyboard operations to the fingertips. With the Datahand keyboard, only the fingers do the work. No hand, arm, or wrist movement is involved. Every function of the keyboard is available from the same hand resting position. Another contributing factor to a carpal tunnel injury is the force required to type or pound the keys on a generic keyboard. In comparison, the amount of force required to activate the keys on a Datahand keyboard is 80% less than required on a traditional keyboard. This is because of the Datahand's patented magnetic switches. Only a light touch is needed to activate each switch, letting users work gently and quickly.